You're retro trekking with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee.
This week on the Retro Trek with the Caramel Apples podcast, coming up,
TMI in connection with people and things in pop culture.
Oh.
Yeah, and these people will just openly share stuff on social media.
Yeah, especially social media.
Everything.
Let's caramel dive in. Oh, wow, what a beautiful sunny day today. I don't know. It's always nice for an apple snack discussion.
An apple snack discussion is always called for. Come on, Kennard, whether it's nice out, storming out, we just want to talk.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, Coop and I, we really enjoy how much we are able to talk about anything that triggers fond memories from yesteryear versus, how things roll in current times. Looking back, it just seemed and or felt more like things we saw, experienced, or witnessed. It had a modicum of class and decency.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're referring to, because TMI in connection with people and things in pop culture.
Oh.
I think that's where you're heading.
Yes. Yes. It's crazy out of control anymore. I mean, much everything is a flash perspective into someone's life, especially into the lives of so-called celebrities.
Yeah.
But this occurrence is so pronounced that it's clearly a thing with regular folks now, too. Let's just be honest. It's really changed. Personal details that were, once discreet, and kept under wraps is now spread far and wide across the globe.
Yeah, because when you're referring to regular folks, you're talking with people like you and I, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and these people will just openly share stuff on social media.
Yeah, especially social media.
Everything. Now, don't get me wrong, Kennedy. There's definitely cute posts to enjoy. Definitely things that are informative or educational and beneficial. So, in that sense, social media and media at large really can be most helpful in so much of what society needs or is looking for, to get inspired or up to date on.
Yeah.
But here's the caveat. Media in general has been an outlet for the common person, again, for us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
To put out, things into the world, pretty much anything wish to share with the world.
Okay, we can think of special occasions of any sort, life milestones, purchases, advice, rabid support of any given sports team or whatever. All fine, but it's been a long time coming.
Yes, it really has. But for some years now, this platform has given rise to the quote-unquote influencer.
There it is.
Yeah, and it goes pretty much into any kind of genre. You have makeup, fashion, fitness is a big one.
Yes, it is.
Cooking, that's fun. Off-roading, restoration of car or home, pet ownership, and care.
A lot of talent out there.
It is, and it's cool that you can kind of glimpse into stuff that you probably wouldn't even have access to prior to. So it's kind of cool. Again, all okay, because this really is what society is all about right now. It's crazy just how very different the times are now. But a good bit of these influencers have put their talent, image, or persona out in the world, and that has ignited a firestorm where everyone can or has the ability to become a bankable star of sorts.
This is the shift from back in yesteryear to now. Yeah. Okay, so the danger, though, comes in what you see may not be what is true in the case of being presented, So Main Street, Jane or Joe Schmo can now be the top big thing.
Yes.
There's a lot of them on YouTube and stuff. A lot of them on other outlets of social media. And like you said, you listed a whole bunch of things that, was for the better, for good, educational, whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's other stuff that comes up. Like there's edgier outlets of... Yeah. So everybody's into this vapid, look at me culture.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
Well, as you're saying, because there's a little bit of monitoring, I think, that goes on some of these sites and whatnot,
Just a little.
But just a little. So pretty much if you can ride that line, you can get as close to it as you want to and still be able to be very present and available to other people to check out and see what you're about. If it's not monitored, to the hilt, there could be some others out there that could cause some issues.
Yeah. So again, that danger is, what are we seeing versus what's real? Okay. So sometimes I peruse the news feeds, I'm guilty as charged, but there was this one young lady. I don't even know who she was. She's an influencer. Mm-hmm. Beautiful girl. She's probably a 9 or 10.
Yeah.
She was French. I think she did fitness mostly. So she seriously, hashtag goals. This girl had it going on.
Okay.
But she's in the news feed because she ended up, her boyfriend's even on her feed, so he was kind of posting, condolences and stuff. She passed away. And what happened was she passed away because she had some complications after liposuction surgery.
Interesting. So, okay, hold on. So you say she was an influencer for fitness.
For fitness.
Okay, but had liposuction.
Had liposuction.
Got it.
And passed away because of it.
Okay.
So that's her business. Okay, everybody, if they've got the funds or the drive or whatever to do, that's on you. But she's not here anymore. And her claim to fame was being a fitness influencer.
Okay.
This girl was really cute. She was cute. She wasn't like a 9 or 10.
Okay.
She, hashtag goals, this is what if you're going to wear yoga pants, this is what you probably want to look like if you're going to dare put these on. But now, with her business out there of what happened and why, how truthful was her persona in the feeds? How truthful was that for the, the regular masses that might have been ready to follow her? And she was influencing them, going down that road. Now, she wasn't being authentic. And it's not just her. Right. This is what the culture's breeding. This is what we're talking about in TMI.
And if she had not had an unfortunate outcome from that, she would have really been touted as someone that, if you follow the strict diet that I'm telling you to follow, if you do these regimens that I'm telling you to follow, you can look like me.
That's it. You can look like me. Yeah. And this is just the new version of what diet and exercise and stuff back in the 80s.
Right.
Or the 70s and 80s. That's what that was. Like, it was a little bit more primitive. But it was the same concept. Right. And now it's on steroids. And these are just regular people doing this.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't know this girl's name. I can't even tell you what it is now. I don't know her name. I didn't know who she was. But she was in the news feeds on, right up there with the rest of them. Right up there with Brad Pitt and Selma Hayek. You're like, who's that? I don't know that name.
Right.
But yeah, celebrities have gotten into this, ignited especially in the past 20 years. The actual, if you want to call them celebrities. So, that famous family that's going right now. Yeah. Rappers, the reality stars, they're promoting this lifestyle, this image, and this persona. So, again, as you said, Coop, what you see presented in media is, in essence, on. Yeah. But this isn't what they're doing and living 24/7. Right. So, this is the facade or the fantasy, it sets up some type of FOMO for, Main Streeters. And then they want to get as predicted, they want to get into their own little, hey, maybe I can make it big and be an influencer. They want to pattern a lifestyle to match. It's just insane.
It really is, because influencers have exploded in recent years. And as you said, folks all over have taken notice.
Yeah, they have.
Which is what they want.
That's the point, yes.
That is the point. But curiously, who else has caught on to this attention? The quote-unquote, the influencer phenom.
We wonder.
Yeah. So, here we go. Celebrities of yesteryear. Did anyone see that coming? No. But that's where we are. That's where we've arrived.
Yeah.
So now you have the Halle Berrys, and you just mentioned her a second ago, Selma Hayek.
Yeah, I like her too.
She's really
She is really.
Elizabeth Hurley's. They're all jumping onto the bandwagon in order to get some sort of attention from the masses.
Yeah, and I know probably some of you archivers, you know what we're talking about. You can check out any popular current news feed, and you'll see these 50 plus, 60 plus. They're still beautiful. They've taken care of themselves. They're rocking it out, But they set up these thirst traps now on their social media page or whatever. And these ladies are older mothers, older grandmother types, and they look great.
Yeah.
But they're getting bikini shots, and they're posting that, and they're all tinking around, and they're and it's these names we just said and more.
Yeah, that have kids that are adults now,
pretty much.
And not saying anything, but our mom was busy being a mom and then moving on to her, older interests as she got older,
Yeah.
Your parents kind of get to that age where they're in their 50s and 60s, and then you kind of expect them to move on and do other stuff.
The mindset should change.
I don't know. So why are they worried about looking good in a bikini? Not that you want to, not be attractive.
Right. It's nice that they kept up.
Yeah, but for the world to see, what?
I don't know. That's very curious to me. And it's their business, but it's curious to me. Yeah. It's what's going on? What's really going on? Why do you feel the need to do that?
Because if you think back when they were at the height of their fame, the paparazzis would have to work hard to probably get a shot of them on the beach when they were in the height of their fame because they're so secretive. Now they're putting it on their own social media sites.
Oh my goodness, can we say TMI? I mean, I'm sure the XY folk of the world enjoy that, but I don't know. It's just... if you got it, I guess you got it. They flaunt it, but it's just curious to me that this is not that they're not just doing it, but it's become a thing.
Oh yeah, because it isn't just one or two that have done it. It's quite a few of them.
Maybe that's just to help soften the blow from all the other turmoil going on in the world. They're like, okay, so there's other countries that are blowing each other up and shooting each other and stuff, but oh, by the way, here's a star from yesteryears in their bikini spread. Wow, how does this relate?
Yeah.
But even other thirst traps, fitness and lifestyle. I know for a while they're on Instagram. Around pandemic, a little bit before that. Everybody was into keto.
Yeah.
And it was kind of secret, and then it got out there how people were losing all this weight. Celebrities got in there too.
Yeah.
But seriously, they would all have the phone. They'd be in front of their mirror. They'd have their phone. They'd be taking shots, before and after shots. And
holy God, what are you showing me? Hey, come on.
Again, that was a window of time. You lose weight. That's a lifestyle change, or should be. That's something you kind of keep up with, money-wise, financial, and, morale.
Sure.
So what do these people look like now that did that back in 18 and 19? Are they still, and they look good and svelte, but they put that out there and people were looking at the Instagram or Facebook page and then they're like, hashtag goals. I want to do that too. Did they even do it?
Right.
In a healthy way?
Right.
Because now... we know that people are using something else to do that. Are they still posing in front of their mirror and showing? A lot of Hollywood's on that bandwagon. We actually touched on that in one of our other Apple Snacks about beauty, diet, and fitness.
Yeah, exactly.
There's 2 parts of that if you want to check that out. But
anytime
crazy.
you're going to be talking about Hollywood at some point or the influencers, it's going to come up again because that is, it's huge. It is big business.
It is big business.
So,
that's crazy.
It is.
But despite our topic today, I mean, we're not trying to punch anybody in the face. We're not trying to sling caramel at you, or are we?
It's sweet.
That's right. So take this with a grain of caramel. With a slide of caramel. But to a degree, this stuff has always kind of gone on. Because when we're able to reference back, in the 80s, 70s even, this all went on. And this is what we put it in the vernacular of life. So, but mostly, this is underground because, the camera back then, like we didn't know what was going on in the stars and stuff like back then. Because, I mean, things were a little bit more, I don't know, you just cared about them for what they were in and what they were connected with.
Right.
And now it's just all about their personal lives, which, okay, other than having kids or, oh, that's a nice car you're driving or whatever. Like, we know everything.
Yeah.
I mean, even surgeries, they can't hide that no more.
No.
They used to be taboo. I'm just naturally beautiful.
Yeah.
You go back and you start looking in the last 10, 20 years, you're like, oh no, there's been some changes made in that face. You can't fool us.
Yeah, they're like, why are you holding on to those pictures? Blackmail? Apparently, yeah.
Apparently.
We can pull up the past very easily.
Yeah, so I don't know. We just came from another time. Our mama, I don't know. She would probably coin herself as very modest and proper.
Yeah.
So that's how we were raised. We may sound like sticks in the mud, but
we're okay with it.
We are good with it. I actually prefer that. I like the air and mystery of what things used to be with Hollywood, especially since that's what we're talking about. Like, they were the stars.
Yeah.
And we knew and liked them for what their projects were.
Yeah.
The talents they brought to the table. And now, I mean, you can sit there and you can play a tune with your nose hairs and become a big star, go viral, and it's like, what is happening here?
Right.
So this is the era we're in now. So we just roll with it, but yeah, TMI. I don't know. What do you say?
It's here to stay.
I think you're right. So we'll just talk about it and put a period at the end of that and move on.
All aboard.
Wait, let me post that.
And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But as you know, there's always more where that came from. So stay tuned. Subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and review. And if this episode entertains you, please spread the word. See you next time in the Retro Orchard, and thanks so much for listening.